Oh yeah, baby.
How about that?
All right, guys, here we are in Silver Lake Sand Dunes in the middle of February, and they have it open for flat tire biking.
So I've been here once earlier this winter to scout it out, and our plan for today is to start by heading straight to the beach, ride the waterline towards Little Sable Point Lighthouse, then continue riding through the main dune area and see what we get into.
All right, guys, we're nearing the lake shore in Silver Lake Sand Dunes, and had to stop and get a quick little look at the lost and found tree. In the middle of the sand dunes, you got a whole bunch of lost and found items. These are actually some nice marrows here. Those are probably 150 brand new. Nice pair of children, well, actually it's just one children Under Armour flip-flop. But yeah, this is a nice pair of water shoes. That's actually tempting to grab those. Yep, full set. So yeah, if you lose something in Silver Lake Sand Dunes, this is where you want to come, the Lost and Found Tree.
The history of Silver Lake Sand Dunes began in 1920 when Carrie Mears, the daughter of lumber baron Charles Mears, donated 25 acres on the east side of Silver Lake for park purposes. In 1926, the federal government transferred 900 acres of land to the state, which then became Sand Dunes State Park in 1949. Based upon a 1949 master plan, Sand Dunes State Park merged with Silver Lake State Park, and the new boundaries were dedicated in 1951. The park activities are not just limited to ORV, but also include camping, hunting, swimming, hiking, boating, fishing, beach going, and picnicking, and now, for the first year ever, biking. The dunes consist of about 2,936 acres, of which 1,875 acres are public land. The park is spread across an area approximately 3 miles long and 1.5 miles wide. The sand deposits on the dunes are one of the largest deposits of living dunes in all of Michigan. The dunes can change drastically from day to day, even hour by hour, depending on the severity of the weather. Located near the southwest corner of Silver Lake State Park is Little Sable Point Lighthouse. Built in 1874, the lighthouse is over 100 feet tall, one of the tallest lighthouses in Michigan.
All right, guys, we made it to the lake shore, and check this out. I mean, what do I need to say?
Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Lake Michigan here. One of the most beautiful beaches and lakes in the world. Lake Michigan is the world's largest lake by area, located fully in one country. Now that's by area, we're number one. When you look at volume, rather, Lake Michigan ranks number 5. Number 1 for volume, you have the Caspian Sea, then Lake Superior, then Lake Victoria, then Lake Huron, and then finally number 5, Lake Michigan, is the 5th largest lake in the world by volume. But remember, when you look at area, and when you look at lakes that are fully in one country, Lake Michigan is number 1. That's a pretty cool fact.
All right, we're getting close to the lighthouse here. It is in sight, and we've exited the Silver Lake State Park. We are now seeing some private cottages along the lake shore. Beautiful spots to have a summer home right here on Lake Michigan. And you can see off into the distance, Little Sable Point Lighthouse.
In 1871, it was determined by the Lighthouse Board that a new lake coast light was needed, and Congress appropriated $35,000 for the lighthouse on June 10, 1872. Over 40 acres of what was public land was set aside by President Ulysses S. Grant, and in April 1873, construction began. Once the foundation was prepared, work began on the brick tower, which grew to a height of roughly 100 feet. The tower housed Lantern Room, which was installed to house a third-order Fresnel lens. And every 11 hours, the keepers would wind a 90-pound weight that was suspended between the tower's inner and outer walls to power the revolving mechanism. A covered weight connected the base of the tower to a 12-room, 2.5-story dwelling built for the light's 2 resident keepers. In more recent history, in 2005, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources leased the lighthouse to the Big Sable Point Lighthouse Keepers Association. The 25-year lease allowed the group to open the tower to the public for the first time since the late 1940s. Big Sable Point Lighthouse Keepers later changed their name to Sable Point Lighthouse Keepers Association to reflect their expanding role in overseeing multiple lighthouses.
Oh, damn. Oh. Holy shit.